Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and today I'm taking a look at Tall Tales. This is a trick-taking game for 3 or 4 players in which you are thematically telling tall tales, telling stories, and so you are going to be salvaging and taking pieces of other people's stories for your upcoming get-together, as well as embellishing and having your values of cards go up, and eventually the deck of cards has higher numbers in it than what it began with. Let me go ahead and give you a look at how it works on the table. We'll come on back. I'll tell you what I think of it. To set up the game, in this case for 4 players, we're going to shuffle up all of the cards numbered 1 through 9 in these 4 suits right here. And we're going to make a single central deck with that. We are going to then, the rest of the cards, sort out here in 4 piles. These go 10 through 19 at the bottom. And we are going to give every player 1 card face up on the table that makes up their memory market. So I'm going to have 1 player in each of these 4 corners here. And then the rest of these cards are going to be divvied up among the players. With that done, each player has a hand of 8 cards, has 1 card on the table as their memory display, and we have these 4 piles out here ready to be taken from. So, let me explain how this goes. We're going to be playing over 4 rounds, 4 hands. 8 tricks each of those 4 full hands. And at the end of the second one, and at the end of the 4th one, we are going to score. You're going to score the entirety of what you count during the final scoring, the 4th round scoring, and you will score half during the middle scoring, that 2nd round scoring. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So we pick a random start player. We're going to start over here with this player, and they're going to play a card to the center. They're going to lead a card. You can lead whatever you want to. So this player is going to lead this card right here. The other players around the table, clockwise, must follow suit if they can. So this player is going to take a look here at what they've got, and they're going to play that card and follow suit. Then this player is going to take a look at their hand. They only have 1 card they can play, and they're going to play that card. And then this player can follow suit with this one, so they will play that card. With that done, we're going to rank these cards in power. So it is the card led, the highest in that suit. In this case, they're all from the same suit. And so the highest will be this, second strongest that, then that, then that. If anything had been from a different suit, because that player didn't have any, then they are ranked below the led suit right here. Pretty standard trick-taking rules. So now that we've ranked these 4 players, the player who won this hand is going to take a card from the memory display, and they're going to set that aside, and that pile, 8 cards from now, is going to become their next hand of cards for round 2. So this player is the winner. They're going to take a look at these 4 cards out here, and they're going to go, I'm going to take that one. So they're going to take this card right here, and they're going to put that in their upcoming pile. The next player is this one right here. And they're going to take a look at these cards, and they're going to go, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take my own here, and they're going to put that aside, face down. The next player is this one, and they're going to go, okay, I'll take this one. And then the last player, the weakest player at the table, instead of taking the leftover memory card, they're going to take one of these that is visible and available. So they're going to take, let's say, this one, and they're going to put that aside. The leftover card here is gone. We remove it from the game, and then what we just played become the new memory display, and the player who won is the leading player for this next hand. And so they'll play a card. And so you can see now the benefit of being the lowest ranked player, because you'll get to take one of these cards, all right? And so we play that. This player follows suit. This player is going to take a look at their hand. Ooh, they can still play, so they'll play that. And then this player over here, they're going to play, that one. There we go. The highest ranked player is over here, so they take a look at the table, and they're going to go, I want that one. They'll take that. Then the next player is this player over here, and they'll take a look, and perhaps they'll take this one. The next player being this one right here, they'll take their own. And then this player being the weakest, they get one of these. And perhaps they'll take this one. Now you'll see sometimes you see these sort of placeholders. That means during this entire round, we cannot take from this pile anymore. After we start round 2, then this will be removed and we can keep taking from there. But if this player takes that, we are done taking. And then this, the last card face up, is removed. These become the new memory displays, and the winner of the hand is going to lead the next trick. We do that, like I said, 8 times until our entire hand is gone, and you've built a pile of cards face down aside that also has 8 cards in it. And so that would be the end of the first round. With that done, you are then going to pick up that hand of 8 cards that you've built, set aside, and you immediately start playing on the second round, removing these if they are visible, and continuing. Now, at the end of that second hand, another 8 cards, then you are going to once again pick up that pile of 8 cards that you built, set aside, and you're going to count their values. And you're going to, that sum total, divide that by 2, that's your first scoring right there. You keep playing a third round after that, and then at the end of the fourth round, you once again count the pile you've built, but in this case, you score its entirety. You add those 2 scores together, and whoever has the highest score is the winner of the game. So you can see the benefit, especially during rounds 1 and rounds 3, of taking these low cards so that you can lose cards going into, you can lose the hand, I should say, and take these, going into the second and the fourth rounds. And then during the second and the fourth rounds, while you're playing those, you're certainly not going to be drafting these weak cards. If you win, you take the best thing at the table. You take that so that you can get the highest score possible. So there you go. That's the general flow of the game. Try to get those high scores, especially during those 2 rounds. Add them up, see who the winner is. And that's how you play Tall Tales. The central gimmick in this game, this idea of if you lose a hand, you win big because you get a better, higher card, one that's not even in the game yet, for the next hand, is a clever idea. I like that concept. I like the way that sounds. You explain that to someone who is into trick-taking games, and they're going to go, ooh, okay, let's play. I want to check this out. I think in practice, this game is not as explosive, not as rambunctious maybe. It's not as, that idea does not come across as bombastic as the way it sounds. It's a pretty straightforward kind of by-the-numbers play, and the game in many ways is incredibly easy to play, and one that you can play very casually while conversing with the people around the table, and for that, I think it does that well. Although there are other games that do that well, especially in trick-taking, in the category of trick-taking, that do not have as many rules. So that they are very easily, you can just sort of shuffle up and play again, casually talking with everybody around the table, just kind of, on autoplay a little bit. This one feels that way in a bit, in some aspects of it. It feels like you play whatever you should play very high highs and low lows, middle cards suck no matter what you're doing, and then take the obvious one you should take in many cases. Is it the first and the third round? Is one of the cards out here guaranteed to lose you a trick? Take that. You should probably take that. Not available? Take the high ones. The ones in the middle suck, and there's no scenario in which the cards in the middle don't suck. Now, to be fair, the cards in the middle change in this game. Over the 4 rounds, many of those cards go away. They're the ones not selected. The 5s and 6s of the world see their way out of the deck. And that's interesting. But then, very quickly, those cards are simply taken over by the 7s and the 8s when 9s and 10s and 12s and 14s are in play. So the middle cards, yet again, are not good. The idea of you score at the end of the second and the fourth round, and that score comes from what you drafted, means play high whenever possible, draft the highest card whenever possible. It really, like that round going into scoring, are very by the numbers. You could just have the game kind of play itself in many ways. After you win a hand, or if you don't, even if you don't win, if you're the second to pick, what should I take? The highest card available. And if you're the weakest, what should you take? If you take from one of the piles, is one of them already higher than the other ones? Keep taking from that one, because it's higher, right? And so I'm a bit of two minds about it because I enjoy the way the game plays. 4 rounds is good. I think a lot of trick-taking games outstay their welcome. I can deal with 4 rounds. That feels right. And there's evolution through the 4. They're not carbon copies of each other. But as far as what I was hoping would be a dynamic, mentally stimulating game, this is really not that. This is very simple. I feel like a lot of folks are going to look at this and go, ooh, a quirky trick-taking game, and play it and find it a bit lacking. And the folks that would enjoy this game, maybe families with older kids, maybe just folks that, play traditional trick-taking games casually, might be put off by it or not find it at all because it sounds weirder than it plays. And so that's sort of where I'm at with this one. If you wanted to play this, I'd be happy to play it with you. But there's a lot of trick-taking games, and it's hard to stand out right now. For me, this one, I'm going to come in at a 6 for this one. I enjoy it. I had a good time playing it. It's one I could see myself playing more, and it's one that, again, if somebody said, I really like Tall Tales, do you want to try it? I'm a yes, absolutely. It's inoffensive. It's 4 rounds, won't outstay its welcome. It's fun to sling some cards. But it does not really mentally stimulate me. It didn't do it to anybody else I played with. Everybody was kind of meh on the game. And I, unfortunately, maybe I'm slightly a little more forgiving than the rest of the group, but I'm kind of there with them. This is all right. And if you are a completionist when it comes to trick-taking card games, maybe this is one to get. But for me, this is just all right. There's better, simpler ones, and there's better, more complex ones at the other end. So there you go, folks. 6 out of 10 from me. Not bad, just not stellar, okay? That is Tall Tales, and that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Z Garcia, and I'll see you on the next one.